Use my code PAY10 to get 10% off your next order of Advanced GG. Get ready to unleash the power of the new Eunoia WARLOCK Exotic in the Edge of Fate. Radiant, Restoration, Cure, Unravel, Scorch, Ignite, Devour, Destabilizing Rounds, Suppress, Slow, Freeze. This Warlock build has a little bit of everything and it's insane. We're going to be breaking it all down in this video. So if you guys are into build videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and head on over to my Twitch channel so you can drop by the live streams and say hi. Now, let's get into it.
Yo, it's time to subscribe to Paid to Be Famous. What are you doing?
Subscribe to Paid to Be Famous.
Subscribe to Paid to Be Famous. Like the video. Come on.
Hell
you know the drill.
Button. And slap that like button.
So for this build, we are using the brand new Eunoia Exotic Gauntlets for the Warlock. Comes with the exotic perk Consul's Pitch. Hellion projectiles deal increased damage the further they travel, eventually fracturing into Scorching Shrapnel, which looks like this. Pop your class ability, and the farther away you stand, the more the projectiles are going to seek. You're just going to have projectiles up everywhere. Pretty cool. They scorch and ignite. The great thing about this exotic is it's kind of set it and forget it. You don't really need to jump through a bunch of hoops. You literally pop your class ability and then you just continue on trying to clear out the battlefield. For this build, we are going to be on the Prismatic Warlock. Obviously, you can use this on a pure solar class, but you can get way more buffs and debuffs on the Prismatic Warlock. I just think it's way more beneficial to be on Prismatic. We've got that Transcendent Grenade. That's where we're going to be able to suppress, slow, and freeze targets. We're also going to be running the Song of Flame super just because the amount of damage resistance you get while you're in this super is insane and it's pretty much impossible to die. Also, with the fragments that we're going to be running, because we have the solar super on, we'll be able to grant us restoration to help keep us alive. We're going to be running the Phoenix Dive. This is how we're going to activate our solar projectile, and this is also simultaneously going to cure us, which automatically gives us a plus 60 HP to our health. Just another way to help keep us alive. For the melee, we're taking Arcane Needle, Sling a woven needle that will embed in the target and unravel them. Unraveled targets will unwind into a tangle. And if we have unraveling rounds, that will be able to pierce the shields of barrier champions and actually stun them. We're also going to be taking the Threadling Grenade, woven projectile that reweaves itself into threadlings while in flight. You could also change this up and use the Vortex Grenade or the Storm Grenade. It's just personal preference for me for the Threadling Grenade. Don't use the Cold Snap or the Healing Grenade, because these grenades don't actually really kill combatants, and we're going to be using a fragment where we get benefits whenever we get a grenade kill. So Threadling, Storm Grenade, Vortex, whatever one you want. You just have to make sure you can get kills with your grenade. Then, of course, because we have the exotic gauntlets on, we need the Hellion aspect. Activate your class ability to summon a solar mortar that flobs flaming projectiles at distant targets. Targets damaged by the mortar are scorched, and once they get enough scorch stacks, they will ignite in a large solar explosion, which deals damage in an area around the target, and it will stun unstoppable champions. And then, of course, we are taking Feed the Void. I never take this aspect off when I'm running the Prismatic Warlock. If we defeat a target with our melee or our grenade or the solar projectile itself, it will proc Devour, and then every kill after we have that with Devour active, it's going to instantly give us our health back, and it's going to give us grenade energy, and it will reset the timer of Devour. So you can pretty much, as soon as you get this up, you can just keep the ball rolling. For our fragments, we're taking Facet of Bravery. Defeating targets with grenade final blows grants volatile rounds to our void weapons, and defeating targets with powered melee final blows grants unraveling rounds to our strand weapons. So I am going to be using a strand primary, the Unloved. So when we do get those unraveling rounds to proc, I can just use this. You don't need this weapon. I mean, you've got the Barrow Dyad, you've got the new Strand Pulse last Thursday, the Scatter Signal, any strand primary or any weapon you want to use that can benefit from unraveling rounds, go ahead, go for it. And then when we get a grenade kill, we'll also get destabilizing rounds, so I'm running a void weapon. Got the Precipitial Shotgun right here, which gets destabilizing rounds after the grenade kill. Another really good void option is the third iteration. Pretty much the best gun in the game right now. It's literally broken. Bungie has addressed it, said it's going to get fixed, but until they fix it, go ahead and abuse this. It does an insane amount of damage, and then on top of that, we get the destabilizing rounds for it. Then we have Facet of Purpose. Picking up an Orb of Power is going to grant us Restoration because we have on the Song of Flame super. Restoration is going to cause us to regenerate our health and shields over time, and it cannot be interrupted by taking damage. So this really helps in keeping us alive. We also have Facet of Hope. While you have an elemental buff, your class ability regenerates more quickly. And since this build purely relies around the Hellion, which you need to activate your class ability to get, Facet of Hope is a must-have in my opinion, which is going to be active like all the time because like I said in the beginning of the video, the buffs that count for this are Cure, Radiant, Restoration, Devour, and we're going to have those pretty much all the time. And then we have Facet of Dawn. Powered melee hits against targets make you radiant. Powered melee final blows make you and nearby allies radiant. So radiant is going to help proc Facet of Hope. Plus the radiant gives our weapons an enhanced power of the Traveler to deal increased damage to combatants. And while we're radiant, our weapons pierce through shields of barrier champions and stun them. On our helmet, I'm running the Solar Strand Dual Siphon. Gonna be getting a lot of kills with my Strand Hand Cannon, which will produce an orb for us. Also on my helmet, I'm running Dynamo. Reduces super cooldown when using your class ability near targets. So every time we do the Phoenix Dive, we're gonna get some super energy. On the gauntlets, I've got a Firepower mod. Our grenade final blows create orbs of power. And I'm running 2 bolstering detonations. It gives us class ability energy when you cause damage with a grenade. So we're pretty much going to have a grenade all the time. Once we have Devour up, it gives us grenade energy back. Every time we get a kill, we throw our grenade. Every time the grenade just hits an enemy, it's going to give us our class ability. Therefore, we can pop our Phoenix Dive and activate our Hellion aspect to get the Solar Mortar all the time. On the chest piece, I've got a couple of health fonts. This is just going to help boost my health stat. On the boots, I have an Insulation mod, reduces class ability cooldown each time I pick up an orb. And I also have 2 weapon fonts to help boost my weapon stat. On the class item, I have a Reaper mod. Shortly after using a class ability, your next weapon final blow spawns an Orb of Power. And I have 2 class fonts on here to get an even higher class stat. Then over here on the artifact, the only ones you really need for this build are Elemental Benevolence, granting allies an elemental buff, gives you class ability energy, so we'll be able to get our Hellion active a little bit more. You've got Refresh Threads, picking up an elemental pickup matching your subclass element, grants energy to your least charged ability. And then you have Elemental Coalescence. Defeating targets has a chance to create an elemental pickup matching your equipped super. And another good one to have, but I don't have it unlocked yet, is a Radiant Shrapnel, dealing sustained weapon damage while you're radiant, or defeating a Scorch combatant with a weapon causes the target to release solar projectiles that deal damage and Scorch on impact. And we will be able to grant ourselves a Radiant and Scorch with this build, so definitely use this if you can. So just a preview of what it looks like. I like to pop my class ability, and then I sever one of the targets. Pop our class ability again. Throw our grenade again. Throw this ball. Throw our grenade again. Pop Transcendence, but everything's pretty much dead already. Freeze and suppress. Pop our class ability. Throw a melee. Everything is dead. You guys get the picture. So Guardians, that is going to do it for the build. As always, there will be a dim link down below in the description if you guys want to just copy and paste that into Destiny Item Manager. Appreciate it if you guys made it all the way to the end of the video. You guys are awesome. Let me know down in the comments, what exotic should I go over next? The new Titan one or the new Hunter exotic? Let me know down in the comments. I'm getting out of here. I'll catch you guys next time.